And a very pleasant good evening. Welcome to Cuesta College Gymnasium. I'm Mike Moreno alongside Jim Battersby. We're here for the final regular season basketball game featuring your Cuesta Women's, the Lady Cougars, coached by Ron Barber, taking on the Moorpark Raiders, coached by Remy McCarthy. Jim, I thought there might have been a typo here looking at both rosters because there's the men's game after this. Remy McCarthy is the coach
coaching both,
of the men's team as well. So pulling double duty tonight.
Right. Next year he goes over to women.
That's right.
Strictly.
Well, the Cuesta Cougars come into tonight's game needing to win.
They definitely do. Very pivotal game. They could end up as high as second place, the right set of circumstances. If they lose, they'll probably still make the playoffs, but it'll be very touchy.
It's going to be tough. They're going to need some help. This is their final game. Some of the teams ahead of them do have a game on Saturday. And Moorpark controls the opening tip and bringing the ball into the front court for the Moorpark Raiders. Being closely guarded by Priscilla Cluis, one of tonight's three honored sophomores. And right away we have a foul. 19 seconds into the game. Going to be a foul on Priscilla Cluis. She picks up her first. That's the first team foul.
Yeah, their last meeting was an overtime win for Moorpark.
An overtime win, 65-63, and just a huge game for a lot of the Moorpark players. But on the Cuesta side, that game really fell into the hands of Katie Rodriguez. 37 minutes and 21 points on the night for the Cougars, who fell just a field goal shot.
Hopefully home cooking will pay off tonight.
Jerica Crosby launches a three, and that's no good, but Kaylee Williams coming up with the offensive rebound and putting Cuesta on the board. They lead this one early 2-0.
Officials tonight are Manute Bookout and Marshall Kahn, and the head official Shan Gashiola.
Now there's a player the Cougars are going to have to deal with all night long. That's number 24, Riley Abraham.
Change and move. You can't pass and stand.
Yeah, she along with Marian Zambinski of the Cuesta are the all-time leading scorers for their schools.
And Abraham just broke the single-game scoring record, set the single-game scoring record, I should say, back on February 5th against L.A. Pierce, 41 points. And there's a shot missed, rebound by Kaylee Williams. Bringing into the front court is Katie Rodriguez, one of tonight's honored sophomores. And driving the lane and putting it up nice, Miriam Zabinski, the third of tonight's honored sophomore.
Right, and she's been really hot on a tear lately, averaging over 20 a game.
She's one of the players to watch tonight.
Definitely. All league last year, and they need her to be on her game.
Moorpark swinging the ball around, making some nice passes, but couldn't get the shot to fall right there. But coming up with the rebound, Sydney Perry, and she puts up another shot, and that is no good. So Cuesta has the ball, leading 4-0 into the front court. And Zabinski with the ball at the top of the circle, gives it up to Crosby, gets it down low to Kaylee Williams, and she puts up her second.
That's too quick back. That's a good sign. Kaylee's a good ball player.
Great start for Cuesta early on.
She's a mission prep player, very fundamentally sound.
Well, I had the good fortune to watch both Kaylee and one of the reserves on this team for Cuesta, Morgan Leapshire, play at Mission. And they're both really good basketball players.
Morgan is playing with a broken jaw tonight. She received an injury against Santa Barbara. So
the Cougars picked up their second team foul. This one going to Jerica Crosby, her first.
Yeah, Morgan has been fitted with a mask, so she should see some action.
Riley Abraham goes to the line for a couple. Makes the first.
Cuesta's a bit short-handed. Melise Lemos is out, too, with an illness.
They've suited up 8 players.
8 players, so work is cut out.
Abraham's second free throw rattles home. First points on the board for Moorpark, 6-2, Cuesta on top. I think one of the keys tonight, Cuesta's going to have to get a little bit more bench points. Last time they faced Moorpark, just 6 points coming off the bench, 3 of those coming from Leapshire. And the Cougars, if they're going to hang on and put some extra bodies up against Riley Abraham, they're going to need some production.
Definitely.
And there's a well-timed steal. Allison Dobner, and she lays it up and in.
Yeah, that was kind of a lazy pass. That long pass, a little bit.
And Dobner
picked up
made the most of that one. So after leading 6-0, Moorpark has answered with 4 unanswered points. Lewis drives the lane and a nice put up right in the face of Riley Abraham as well. Abraham, a 6'1" sophomore, one of 3 players from Rio Mesa High School.
Very good program
on this team.
Rio Mesa always up there at the top of the section.
And now the Raiders turn it over.
Let's see if they try to go at the big girl. Try to get her in foul trouble, maybe neutralize her a little bit.
Well, they've been going at Kaylee Williams, at least, has been going up against Abraham. And Abraham, I think, aware of that situation, not wanting to get into early foul trouble. So maybe the interior baskets might come a little easier at this point in the game, but later on, it may get tough. Abraham leads the Western State Conference in rebounds. They're tough players.
Yeah. Shoots well with both hands. I noticed she shot free throws left-handed.
Kaylee Williams picks up her first personal. Third team foul, and there's the masked Morgan Leach.
The mask Avenger has arrived.
Coming on for Kaylee Williams. Morgan played her senior year of basketball over at San Luis High. She's doing well coming off the bench here for the Cougars.
Immediately picks
perimeter
up a foul.
shooter.
Yes, yes. That was a good hustle foul. She made contact.
And so Morgan picks up her first personal. That'll be the 4th team foul. Whistle yet to be blown on the Moorpark Raiders.
Yes, that's right.
Allison Dobner gives the ball over to Jackie Valenzuela. And then a long 3 knocked down by Ashley Ontiveros.
Yeah, Cuesta with a thin bench tonight does not need to get into foul trouble.
Ontiveros is 3rd in the Western State Conference in 3-point percentage, 41.3, and knocking down a long one there. Cougars turn the ball over. Moorpark bringing the ball into the front court. Substitution getting ready to come in. Danielle Simpson for Cuesta. Raiders moving the ball around the perimeter. Ontiveros misses.
Little streaks here. Cuesta ran off a few, and now Moorpark has come back with 7 of the last 9 points.
Crosby with the ball at top. Gives it up to Katie Rodriguez. Back over to Leipzig. Back up top to Cluis. She's driving the lane, and she gets fouled.
Yes.
That would have been, it looks like maybe an and one. That's going to be on the Raiders' Allison Dobner. That's her first personal. And the Raiders' first team foul. Substitutions coming on. Danielle Simpson on for Cuesta, and in for the Raiders, number 10, Brianna Abraham.
So
the younger sister of Riley Abraham.
There you go. Double trouble, maybe.
Yep. Rodriguez gives it down to Cluis. Cluis tries an interior pass. It's batted out of bounds by Abraham. Riley Abraham.
I just can't imagine how it is to wear those masks early on, the first few games.
That takes some getting used to, that's for sure. A nice inbound pass, and the shot doesn't drop for Ashley Ontiveros.
Yeah.
Rather, Danielle Simpson.
Wide open. That was a good inbound play. Cleared her out.
Cuesta nursing a 1-point lead here, 14 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Cougars jumped out to a 6-0 lead. But Moorpark has finally found their footing. Interior pass, this is going to be on the floor.
That's kind of a break because that was an easy layup off of that one.
That's a foul on Katie Rodriguez. That's her first and the 5th team foul. Kaylee Williams coming on for Priscilla Cluis.
Definitely subbing smartly early on. Nice steal.
And a nice read by Kaylee Williams. Finds a streaking Katie Rodriguez for the basket.
Nice play. Nice anticipation.
Give the assist to Kaylee Williams. And now Moorpark with the ball in the front court. Ashley Ontiveros misfires, but the Raiders get the offensive rebound. Elia Hughes into the game for the Raiders.
She didn't clamp down on that rebound, and it got taken
And now
away
let's see
from
what
her.
happens. Riley Abraham, the high percentage shot didn't fall. Katie Rodriguez can't get the shot to fall. Riley Abraham averaging 13.9 rebounds a game.
Here we go, another sub. Priscilla
Cluis coming on. And checking out will be Katie Rodriguez for the Cougars.
We do need to hit some threes tonight, I think, to be successful, to keep that defense loose so we can open up the drives.
Yeah, as long as Riley Abraham's in the lineup, that's going to be the interior scoring is going to be at a premium here.
Right.
Cougars in the zone. And Ontiveros launches a long straightaway three, no good, but Riley Abraham coming up with the rebound. And a gift for Elia Hughes.
Yep.
Right place, right time.
Right time. Cuesta didn't screen out, and now we have
a substitution being made for the Cougars. Coming on, Jerica Crosby.
I think she was
Or
warned
Morgan
about
Leacher.
tapping the ball after the basket was made. Possible delay a game. First
the
time's
delay
a
a game.
warning, second time can be a technical.
Be a technical. Cougars on top by a point, 10-9. Just inside 13 minutes to go here in the first half. Crosby with the ball. Tosses it down to Zabinski. And she is fouled. Brianna Abraham picking up her first personal foul, just the second team foul for the Raiders. 5 team fouls for Cuesta, 2 for Moorpark.
Working the perimeter a lot right now.
Miriam Zabinski directing traffic outside the circle. Gets up to the free throw line, kicks it back up top to Crosby. Crosby launches a shot that's inside the three-point line, but that is good. Give her 2, 12-9. Cuesta
Very
on
nice.
top.
She really missed her first 2 by a wide margin, so it's good to see she's settling down. We're going to need everything we can get.
And the interior pass to Abraham, not on mark. And Cuesta comes up with it. Here's Priscilla Cluis. She gets fouled. No!
It's a travel.
It's a traveling.
Yep. The defender closed just quick enough to make her hesitate. Take that extra step. Missed opportunity.
Yes. Yes, because she was right there. But on the other hand, great defense there by Moorpark.
Absolutely.
Allison Dobner with the ball up at the top. Now the Raiders working the ball around the perimeter. Ontiveros hanging outside that three-point line.
Shot clock running
There's
down.
a long three by Ontiveros, and that is no good.
Good
Off
rebound.
the back
Good position.
of the rim. Zabinski kicks it out to Williams.
Oh.
Cuesta settling down. Zabinski getting some instruction from Coach Barba. Now from the left elbow, no good. Tipped out, though. And the Cougars retain possession. Danielle Simpson coming up with the nice tap there to keep the ball on the Cuesta side of the court. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. 12-9, Cuesta on top.
Good pace for Cuesta. They can't go all out with the shortage.
Zabinski with a nice drive, and she lays it up and in.
She's got both hands, both sides. She's a very fluid shooter. Very hard to stop.
Raiders trailing 14-9, 10.5 to go. Working the ball around. Try to get it inside to Ontiveros. Doesn't draw iron. But the hustle by the Raiders retains possession. And now they're looking inside. Riley Abraham can't get it to fall down, and that was a real high percentage shot.
Yes, it was.
But Cuesta smothering defense, keeping Abraham off the board.
And they're screening pretty well, too. They're not getting that second effort shot, which is good. We need to do that all night.
Zabinski lining things up, kicks it over to Kaylee Williams. Williams driving the lane, kicks it back out to Crosby. Uncontested shot, can't get it to fall. Simpson almost came up with it, but the Raiders come up with the rebound. Ontiveros kicks it back over here to the near side. And then a foul inside. That's going to be Cluis, it looks like. Yes, it is. Priscilla Cluis picks up her second personal, the sixth team foul. Substitutions getting ready to come on. Katie Rodriguez back into the lineup, along with Ashley Gamber. Coming on for the Raiders, Sydney Perry and Jackie Valenzuela.
Next foul, Moorpark will be on the line for 1-1.
So Riley Abraham checks out for the moment.
Violation, she stepped in before she threw the pass. Good break. Turnovers will be very important tonight. They always are, but it's going to be fairly low scoring tonight. So I think every possession is going to be important.
This team put 100 points up their previous game.
Moorpark did?
Moorpark lost to Canyons 100-91. Actually, they put up 91 points.
Oh, brother. Cuesta's put up 100 a few times this year, but not against real high-level opponents.
Here's a foul on Sydney Perry. That's her first for the Raiders, the third team foul. At the line is Zabinski. And she knocks it down. Cuesta back to that 6-point cushion that they had when this game began, when they led 6-0.
Cuesta seems to have adjusted to the loss of two of Courtney Chadwick, who left around midway in the season. And they had stumbled a little bit, but they seem to be playing good team ball now.
They've regrouped. And now Zabinski knocks the ball out of the hands of Sydney Perry. So the Raiders will retain possession. 21 seconds on the clock. And Remy McCarthy wants a 30-second timeout. Just as Riley Abraham was about to check in, the Raiders call a timeout. Cuesta leads this one 16-9 with 9:13 to go in the first half.
Very interesting pace. I think Cuesta has taken the pedal off the metal a little bit.
I think so.
Trying to set up. They're going to have a limited number of players. They're playing an intense defense and using a lot of energy up. So strategically, this is the kind of game they want to play. A good low-scoring game, and maybe in the low 50s will be sufficient tonight.
65-63, their last meeting, January 25th. It was a big basketball game. I tell you, that 37.
We're just getting the halftime stats. We're looking good. This is the kind of game that Cuesta wants. They're holding
it certainly
Moorpark down.
We just got some numbers here from Pete, and Riley Abraham just 7 points in the first half. And
crucial.
This is a young lady that has just been tearing it up all over the place. But Cuesta has put the clamp down on her in this first half.
They have. Every time she goes up, rebound, she has company. Her shots are contested. She's missed a lot of close shots. I feel like she's starting to heat up a bit, though. She really going to have her way underneath.
Well, you know, Jim, one thing she does have going for her, she has 0 fouls. So she can afford to be a little more aggressive in the second half on both ends.
Right. Right.
Her rebounding, she leads the conference in rebounding, and Cuesta has really put the clamp down on that as well. And they're leading this one 36-23. Leading the way for Cuesta, Katie Rodriguez with 12 points.
Very good. Couple of threes in there, remember?
Yep. And the outgoing sophomore doing what she's been doing her career here at Cuesta.
Yeah. How about the bench? It seems like the bench has contributed quite well in the first half.
Well, we didn't get those numbers from Pete, but just watching the game, yes, the bench has made a great contribution tonight. Morgan Leapshire hitting a big three and playing some great defense, forcing turnovers. Last game they played, they had 6 points, and I think they had 3 or 4 turnovers, the bench. So
the other thing I noticed is Moorpark is not a get up and run kind of team like some of the other teams in the league. So they're going to have to work for their points. They play at a slower pace. So if we can keep, between a 10 and 6-point lead,
it's going to work. It's going to work to your advantage for sure.
They're way under their scoring average, though,
yes,
right?
They are.
Average about 60 a game. So, and we have a little tendency to let up slightly in the second half recently. So let's hope the intensity stays up.
Your reference putting your foot on the gas. See if they put the foot on the gas in the second half. And Moorpark averages 64.5 points a game. And here they are. Cuesta's held them to 23.
Yeah, right.
And for Cuesta, that's even below their average. They allow 60.4 points per game.
No, they're playing
So here
well.
we go to start this second half. Cuesta begins with a 36-23 lead, and Moorpark launches effectively an air ball, but Riley Abraham comes up with the rebound. Continue the possession for the Raiders. Haley Williams gets a hand on it and forces a turnover. Zabinski gives it to Cluis, kicks it back up top to Kaylee Williams, over to Rodriguez. On the left side to Zabinski. She looks at the elbow, and she is fouled. She can go to the line, shooting 2 after Sydney Perry picks up her 3rd personal.
She drove into 3 players and drew the foul. That was going to be a difficult shot to get off, and she drew the foul. Very good.
But one of them fouled her, and right away she's up for a couple of free throw shots.
Yeah, that's the 3rd foul on Sydney Perry for Moorpark.
Box out, Moorpark!
I think Coach Barber did a great job in the first half. He played everybody, and everybody's pretty fresh, and nobody's in foul trouble. All kinds of good signs here.
Yeah, Cuesta has 3 players with 2 fouls. Cluis, Williams, and Crosby. And after Zabinski makes 1 of 2, the Raiders bring the ball into the front court and pick up their first basket of the second half by Jackie Valenzuela.
Yeah, that's the first we've heard from her, I believe. That's her first 2.
She's a freshman starter here for the Raiders. Katie Rodriguez with the basketball, gives it over to Zabinski. Throws it up top to Cluis. She drives the lane, a couple big steps, couldn't get it to fall.
Little off balance there.
Big passes here by the Raiders, trying to work it around. And there's a foul by Zabinski. She's going to send Riley Abraham to the line.
Moorpark is definitely moving the ball a lot quicker to begin this second half here.
For Zabinski, that's her first personal foul. Riley Abraham at the line, shooting 2. And misfires on the first one.
Well, it isn't real warm in here temperature-wise. Maybe she's a warm weather player. I don't know.
Makes the second one.
Cuesta needs to continue scoring, though. They don't want to get in a grind-out game.
Yeah, they don't want to hit any cold spots, that's for sure. Crosby with the ball, picked up by Abraham. Back over to Rodriguez. Williams kicks it back up top to Rodriguez. Rodriguez works around a pick from Crosby. Gets it into Zabinski. Squared up was Abraham, and she forced the turnover.
Fully expect them to double team Zabinski this half, too.
And that was a nice workaround by Moorpark, and Valenzuela getting the ball in the hand of Sydney Perry, and she knocks it down.
Moorpark coming out strong early here in the second half.
Zabinski working inside the paint, and just lost it right there. Threw the ball in it blindly, and it landed in the hands of Onaveros. Back over to Onaveros. She'll launch a 3. No good. Riley Abraham with the rebound. She puts it in off the glass. She's got a little bit of a smile on her face as she walks up to the front court. Coach Barber calls a timeout. They'll make it a full timeout as Cuesta has seen their once 13-point lead dwindle to 7, 2 minutes and 48 seconds into the second half.
Just dissipating a little bit. Actually, on that last play, Cuesta had the inside positions on the rebound, and she just used her height to reach over. Abraham did to reach over and get an easy putback. So starting to exert herself. She has 3 of the 7 points that they've scored here to start the second half.
Yeah, Cuesta's come out, like you mentioned, maybe a little sluggish, or Moorpark has just come out, made the quick adjustment. But Riley Abraham definitely getting a little more work offensively.
Moorpark definitely is pushing the ball, moving the ball a lot quicker pace. So Cuesta's going to have to step up and try to get into some passing lanes and make some plays.
Well, the Raiders are back out onto the floor. There's the first horn. And the Raiders are all ready to get going. So
I would be too.
Yeah. You would think a lot of teams will wait for that second horn and a little bit of prodding by the official to get out onto the floor. But Moorpark, boy, that first horn hit, and they're out there ready to roll.
They got it going. They want to keep Mo going in their corner.
Well, let's see if Mo can shift over to Cuesta's side of the floor.
We would welcome Mo.
as the Cougars bring the ball into the front court. Zabinski with the ball, gives it over to Williams. Down low to Crosby. Back up top to Williams. Over to Rodriguez, top of the circle, picked up by Valenzuela. Rodriguez tries to drive the lane, and they tied it up. So they'll call that a jump ball. Nice little
possession.
Defensive possession there by the Raiders to force the jump ball and the inbound for Cuesta. 6 seconds on the clock. Time's dwindling. Crosby terrible. Launches an air ball, and it's going to be picked up by Valenzuela. Raiders with the ball into the front court, trailing by 7.
I noticed.
And there it is, Riley Abraham. And nice defense by Jerica Crosby.
Straight right
Not
with
being
her.
intimidated the least by Abraham.
I noticed they're doubling on Zabinski now. There's one girl on her, but one of the zone defenders is collapsing on her every time she gets the ball, so she's double teamed effectively.
Into the game now for Cuesta is going to be, would you call her, the masked
Avenger?
Yeah, Morgan Leapshire into the game for Cuesta. She'll give Priscilla Cluis a little bit of a break. And Katie Rodriguez can't get the layup to drop. Rebounded by Abraham. Ontiveros drives the lane, right in the face of Jerica Crosby. She misdirects it, but right into the hand of Riley Abraham, and she puts it in easy.
She's where she's supposed to be. She's right under the hoop. She's taking advantage of her height. She's a good jumper, too. That's got good verticality. Yep, it's getting a little bit out of hand here. We've got to settle down.
Turn the ball over again. They're looking for Abraham down low. They're going to swing it around till they can find her.
Definite up-tempo by Moorpark.
Now, Zabinski did a great job of boxing out Abraham. She just stood there with her hands on her hips. She couldn't do anything, couldn't go anywhere, couldn't get position to get a pass. Zabinski with the ball down low, puts it up, no good. Great defense by the Raiders and Sydney Perry. And now Ontiveros throws up a 2, that's no good. Rebounded by Rodriguez. Back and forth we go, 5-point Cuesta lead, 15 minutes to go in the game. And now here's Crosby throwing it up, she'll go to the line, shooting 2 after the foul by Daubner. And that's her second, and the second team foul. Shooting 2 is going to be Jerica Crosby.
Saw a little fatigue in Abraham there a little bit, getting down court late and kind of bending over.
Into the game for Cuesta is going to be Priscilla Cluis. Back into the game for the Raiders, Brianna Abraham and Aliyah Hughes.
Decidedly quicker pace by Moorpark, though. They've just really picked it up a notch or two. So Cuesta's going to have to hang with him the next 4 or 5 minutes.
And Crosby knocks it down. Back up to a 7-point lead. Moorpark quickly with the ball into the front court.
Broke the press easily. We're trying to semi-press. Double teaming Abraham too.
Yeah, they've got Leipzig and Crosby doubling down on Abraham. Leipzig sagging away a little bit. And now Elijah Hughes throws up an air ball, and it's out of bounds to the Cougars. Cuesta making a substitution. Coming on is going to be Ashley Gamber. Priscilla Cluis checking out. Cluis with a couple of fouls.
Got to weather this little storm that's brewing here.
Well, they're hanging in there.
They are.
13 points. They've trimmed 6 off that lead. And Cuesta on top 39-32. No one's moving around for Cuesta here. Now they get a little bit of movement. Rodriguez with the ball, throws it down to the elbow to Crosby. She's back to the top of the circle. Finds Zabinski, kicks it back out to Crosby.
Wide.
Shot not
Good hustle
falling.
by Zabinski.
But Zabinski comes up with a rebound and puts it up
Nice.
underneath, easy. Nice points in the paint for Miriam Zabinski.
She's 5'9". She plays like she's 6'1" or so. You know, she's just a good defender, good rebounder, quick.
Navarros with the ball, kicks it back over to Elijah Hughes.
Double
She's
dribble.
picked up by Leipzig. And Crosby almost had a turnover. Navarros with a long three, and she knocks it down. Ashley Navarros.
Yep. Cuesta had a little run going. That just a little dagger. Oh,
That's a big one. You hit those threes.
just telling them, hey, we're not going anywhere.
No.
We're going to be here.
Gamber launches a three, and that drops.
The answer. The answer.
The answer is right. That's a big shot coming off the bench.
Really been helpful tonight. Playing it well.
Navarros getting a lot of pressure.
Over the back. Not
Defensively.
called. That's all right.
They couldn't get it to fall. Rodriguez with the ball into the front court. She's looking to go coast to coast and count it.
Good. Mike, don't let me get started refereeing here. You got to stop me if I start making calls, okay? Bad habit.
Ashley Navarros picks up foul number 2. That's the third team foul. Priscilla Cluis and Kaylee Williams coming on for the Cougars. Sabinski and Gamber checking out. And at the line, shooting one is going to be Katie Rodriguez.
Yeah, Cuesta quickly back up double digits.
Well, they may have survived that little bit of a
I
storm.
hope so. Keep it on it.
Little 15-minute mark jitters for the Cougars.
Yeah.
but They have a rally back and
They
back up to a
stabilized,
double-digit 12-point lead. And that's going to be a foul on Priscilla Cluis on the floor. And for Cluis, that's her third. And the second team foul.
That surge by Moorpark maybe have tired them a bit. You know, they're not.
Well, you
moving
mentioned,
quite as
and
sharp.
we watched Abraham kind of huffing and puffing up and down the floor a little bit.
Yeah. Still rebounding and firing the ball up though, but
Yes,
she does
is.
not
There-
quite the leaping ability.
There's
that
a
she
foul
had.
on Crosby, and that's going to be her third. And the third team foul, and Riley Abraham back to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Yeah, she's been looking to be about a 50% free throw shooter tonight. I'm sure she's better than that. Maybe not. Seems to be getting 1 out of 2.
Gamber back in for the Cougars. Priscilla Cluis will check out.
Cluis looks like she's got a little shoulder problem.
She's got that right shoulder taped up.
This is more like the Sierra Vista All-Stars here or something.
Coming on for Moorpark is going to be Sydney Perry. She'll give Allison Dobner a little bit of a break. And Zabinski back onto the floor. Crosby checking out for Cuesta.
Still a long ways to go in this one, though. That's
At the 12:15 mark of the second half, Cuesta up by 11. Williams with the ball into the front court for the Cougars. Gives it up to Liebscher.
Still playing good defense, solid defense, Cuesta.
Zabinski finds a cutting Rodriguez, and she can't get it to fall, and this ball is out of bounds to the Raiders. So Ontiveros will bring the ball into the front court for the Cougars. Riley Abraham gets a great pass from Sydney Perry and just rolls around and lays it in.
What a quick release, too.
Yes.
She just gets that ball up there.
Cuesta back single digits now, up by 9, and they turn the ball over. Nope. Looks like it was kicked out by Moorpark.
I'm hearing a lot of, are you hearing background stuff? Hey.
Kaylee Williams drive, and she is fouled. Looks like that's Riley Abraham. Yes, it is. 24, Riley Abraham. That's just her first. Still not in foul trouble. Her first personal, the 14th foul. Kaylee Williams shooting 2. And she can't get the first one to fall. Priscilla Cluis on for the Cougars. Morgan Liebscher will sit down. Second free throw coming for Kaylee Williams. And that is good.
I'm getting some feedback here that's from the back. I'll just work through it.
Ontiveros with the ball up top. Kicks it down to Brianna Abraham. Perry being double teamed by Cluis. And now traveling called on Brianna Abraham.
I think you're seeing the difference now. That's Cuesta's pressure defense is forcing Moorpark to pass the ball out of the lanes. They're closing lanes off, making it more difficult to pass. So.
Checking in for the Cougars is going to be Jerica Crosby after a short rest. She gets the ball out to Gamber. Back up top to Zabinski. To the near side, Williams. Back to Zabinski. Oh, Zabinski turned it over to Ontiveros.
That was a pretty wild cross-court pass.
Yeah.
Those don't work at any level.
And that's going to be a foul on Katie Rodriguez. That's going to be her second and the fourth team foul, as Remy McCarthy being admonished by one of the officials here. Watch the language.
Right. Monique, book out. Just keeping them calm. He's got another game to go tonight.
Yes, he does. I don't know how you do it. He's got a full head of hair, too. It's unbelievable.
Genetics.
Brenna Abraham comes up with a nice shot. And back to an 8-point lead for Cuesta.
Moorpark is definitely hanging around. They're
Katie Rodriguez with the ball at the top of the circle. Now swinging to the right side. Back up top to Zabinski. Cuesta just kind of hanging around here. Zabinski, a little jump step. Can't get it to fall. And Riley Abraham comes up with yet another rebound. They kept her off the glass in the first half, but she seems to be stepping it up a bit here in the second half, rebound-wise and point-wise. Elia Hughes.
They're not double-teaming her right now either.
Ontiveros gives it up to Sydney Perry. Her long shot, no good off the front of the iron, but Elia Hughes with the rebound. Ontiveros back over to Hughes, being guarded by Rodriguez, throws it down low. And Sydney Perry can't get it to fall. Riley Abraham puts up an air ball from about a foot away, but she gets the ball back from Perry and lays it up and in. That is your high percentage shot. Ron Barba wants a timeout to talk about things.
Another little surge by Moorpark. They're coming back. Zabinski got pretty well hammered, but it was a loose ball. No harm. It was away from the
Moorpark
ball, so.
called the timeout on that one, and they want a full timeout. They wanted to look things over, but they are starting to claw back into this one, 48-42.
It's back onto their pace.
Yes.
They've got another surge in energy.
The pace has definitely shifted into their favor.
Again, Cuesta in the short-handed tonight, and that if he keeps the pace up, we're going to have some fatigue going on. So we'll have to keep substituting effectively and possibly use our timeouts a little bit later in the game to stay energized. Moorpark's a good team. They've got the inside game, and they pass well. I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, they've got a couple of players there that do a lot of the scoring in Abraham and Ontiveros, but the three other players work the ball around and they get it to them. They get the assists. They force the turnovers. And as long as you can keep Abraham on the floor, you've got a rebounding threat and a scoring threat underneath.
Right, and she has no fouls at this point. So
she's got
one foul.
And that's it. She picked it up at after about 27 minutes of basketball,
right.
She picked up her first foul.
So much for the strategy of going at her, trying to get her in foul trouble.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
That did not.
So now she's got a little bit of some fouls to play around with. And we mentioned maybe a little more aggressive here in this second half. Gamber with the ball now for the Cougars, who lead by 6. Rodriguez drives the lane, tries to split a couple of defenders, but that didn't work out, falls into the hands of Ontiveros. She brings the ball into the front court, kicks it over to Perry. Perry's one-handed shot, no good, but right there to put it in is Riley Abraham.
Time, money.
Offensive rebound and the putback.
Rodriguez is trying to dribble through 2 or 3 defenders. You can't do that. You have to pass the ball. They're just
it was
packing
working a bit in the first half.
Right, not now.
They're going between a couple, but boy, they've really clamped down right here. And here's Zabinski trying to put one up underneath. Rodriguez comes up with a rebound. Thought about a shot, but Riley Abraham was standing right over her. Gamber gets the ball inside of Crosby.
Got to get a shot up.
Clock is running out.
Yep.
And now the Cougars turn it over with 1 second left on the clock. It'll be Moorpark ball. Cuesta up 48-44, 8 minutes to go in this contest.
So 3 straight unproductive trips down the court. And now we've got a heck of a ball game on our hands.
Go, go, go.
Moorpark moving the ball quickly into the front court. Ontiveros over to Perry. Her 2-point shot is good. It's a 2-point lead for Cuesta. About 7:40 to go.
Well, I expected a good game, and for a while we were right out there, but now this is going to go down to the wire, and we'll just have to see what factor fatigue plays and some other.
Katie Rodriguez puts it up nicely. Cuesta was sitting on 48 points for a while, and Rodriguez got him up there to 50 now, and Cuesta leads by 4.
They just have to stop Abrams inside, or she's just scoring at will right now.
Well, Moorpark is really working their way back into this ball game.
Yeah.
Here's Ontiveros, no good. Riley Abraham with a strong rebound over Jerica Crosby. Moorpark with a new possession and a new clock, and Ontiveros
and
makes
a new
good.
basket. 2-point lead, back and forth. Here we go.
Morgan Leapshire getting set to come back in for the Cougars.
This is where poise and will play a big part. You need a lot of both.
Zabinski with the ball. 12 seconds ago. Gamber, her shot is no good. But Kaylee Williams is right there to pick up the rebound. She gets fouled. She'll go to the free throw line.
That was a good break for the Cougars.
Aliyah Hughes picks up her second and the 15th foul.
Essentially, that was an air ball right into Williams' hands.
Yep.
So we'll take it. We'll take it.
So Kaylee Williams at the free throw line. Morgan Leapshire and Priscilla Cluis coming in for the Cougars. Gamber and Rodriguez will check out. And Kaylee's next shot is good. Made 1 of 2. Cougars up by 3. 6:20 to go in tonight's game. And Ontiveros throws that ball away, trying to find Sydney Perry. Threw it into the second row.
That was an interception by the official, Monica Bookout.
Katie Rodriguez coming in for Cuesta. Gamber checking out. Rodriguez gives it up to Zabinski.
Coach Barber trying to get his best ball handlers, most experienced players in the game at this point.
Those points in the paint are few and far between here for Cuesta this second half. Kaylee Williams calling for the ball. Gets it up to Crosby. She backs up for a 3. It's an air ball. But then Morgan Leapshire came up with the rebound. I think she might have been shoved in the back.
Inbounds for Cuesta. That was a good play by Morgan.
That's Ontiveros on Moorpark. That's her 3rd and the 6th team foul. Rodriguez inbounds to Crosby, and she knocks it down.
Very nice play.
Nice pass and an assist to Katie Rodriguez.
Spot on. Good smooth shot.
Yep.
Nice motion.
Cuesta had a 2-point lead. Now have extended back up to 5. Sydney Perry's shot, no good. This is going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Moorpark's ball. So the possession arrow after this inbound pass will favor the Cougars as Allison Dobner checks in for Elia Hughes.
Next foul on Moorpark will be 1-on-1. That could be a critical. We're a very good free throw shooting team.
Dobner finds a nice
block.
Streaking Brenna Abraham, but she couldn't get it to fall. The Cougars come up with a big rebound. Rodriguez into the front court quickly. Back up top to Rodriguez. Throws it down low to Zabinski. She curls around, tries to put one up, and she is fouled by Sydney Perry. That's going to be her nope, it's Riley Abraham.
Number 2.
That's number 2. If that was Perry, Perry was right there. That would have been her 4th. But it's Abraham's 2nd, and at the line is going to be Miriam Zabinski.
Shooting 2. So now we're in the 1-on-1. And shooting 2.
Priscilla Cluis coming in. Katie Rodriguez checking out. Zabinski made the first.
He is interchanging Priscilla and Katie like every 30 seconds to keep fresh guard.
And makes the second.
All right, need to sustain this. We're going to got the momentum back. Got an advantage at the free throw line if we keep driving the ball.
Ontiveros with the ball at the top of the circle, kicks it back down to Brenna Abraham. Back over to Ontiveros, inside to Perry. Finds Abraham. Allison Dobner with a nice pass to Abraham. And a 5-point Cuesta lead. Inside 4:40 to go.
That was very nice, patient passing by
Nice passing there by Moorpark and Allison Dobner. Just she is a sophomore, second-year player here for Remy McCarthy. Clock winding down here for Cuesta. Zabinski's long 3 is good.
Sweet, dynamite. That's
looking at the body English from Coach Remy McCarthy.
Still plenty, yeah.
It's like he just sunk. Someone sunk his battleship with that shot.
For the moment.
Yeah.
They're resilient, though. They're resilient.
And there they are with a nice double team on Riley Abraham. And
all right.
McCarthy can't believe it. It looked like that was Remy McCarthy pleading with the official to ask the other official who that ball went off of.
Believe me, Stan.
And so the Cougars get the ball inbounds.
Right.
On
Coach McCarthy tries to.
He was working the officials for sure, wanting to get that ball back.
Well, the ball's big right now this time of the game. This is critical.
And Zabinski with the inbound, with the inlet pass, gives it over to Leipzig. Leipzig's shot can't fall. Rebound, Moorpark. Inside 3.5 to go here in the second half. Cuesta up by 8.
Honor.
Brenna Abraham throws it to her older sister, Riley, who loses the ball.
All right, Barbara takes a timeout.
And Coach Barba calls the timeout. Cuesta with an 8-point lead, 58-50, 3:17 to go. This will be a full timeout. He's out of fulls now. That's his second full timeout
That's
called
right.
this half.
Right. So we have an 8-point lead.
What's that? He's got 2 fulls. Here?
Cuesta's defense has stepped up a little bit again too. They're
Yes, they have.
They're double teaming.
They had that lead, a 13-point lead, shipped down to 2. And that might have been the wake-up call.
That's right.
Because
yeah.
they extended back out to an 8-point lead now.
That's a sign of a good team. They stabilize in time. They're very good fundamentally.
They react and adjust. And,
right.
And they've done a good job of that. With an 8-point lead, it's not over by any stretch.
Right. Well, this game's pivotal for both teams, more so Cuesta. We'd love to see.
But Cuesta's going to the free throw line now.
Right,
Cuesta
they're
still
driving.
They have 2 fouls to give before they get into the bonus
that
situation.
could play big going down to the bottom now. But this can mean with a victory, it could possibly mean even hosting the game in the tournament. So
this is their final game of the regular season,
right?
And they're gonna need this one.
That would give them a split with Moorpark. Canyons defeated them twice, and Ventura defeated them twice. And I think that's their 5 losses.
But Ventura's been beating everybody.
They beat the world. They're just
they're tough.
Forever. I mean, it's nothing new. They're a great team. I think they beat us by 40 both times or close to it, even though. Oops.
Now we've got a player.
Yeah, got an injury. Looks like the right leg.
This is going to be a foul on Zabinski. That's going to be her second, and the 5th team foul. Priscilla Cluis checking into the game. Morgan Leipzig checking out. And Moorpark player apparently okay.
Good. Referee Gazzola doing a little work there, a little handiwork with a towel. A little wet spot down there.
Now Moorpark's recognizing the clock already, rolling the ball into the front, or into the inbounds. No one touching it, keeping that clock not moving. Sydney Perry with a shot, can't get it to fall. And Cuesta comes up with it. They're calling it jump ball. That's going to be Cuesta's ball.
Wonderful. Okay, we're going to see a press here by Moorpark now. See how well.
Moorpark's going to stay back. Morgan Leipzig back into the game.
We're going to see a zone press by Moorpark. Let's see how well Cuesta handles this.
Well, you're right on the money there, Jim. Priscilla Cluis stayed in for about 15 seconds.
That's right. Well,
Rodriguez brings the ball into the front court, and she was pressured from behind by Onaveros. So Ashley Onaveros picks up foul number 4, the 8th team foul. 1-1 coming to Katie Rodriguez.
Katie's 3rd year, so she's a vet. So she's going to.
She knocked it down.
That's who you want on the line and on the floor. And here comes Priscilla for.
We go offense, defense. Cluis coming in. Leipzig checking out.
Almost like the Olympic hockey. Change of lines here.
And
two big
Rodriguez
free
is
throws.
2 for 2 at the free throw line. Cuesta back up to 10-point lead with 2:39 to go in the contest. Cluis picks up Dobner. Dobner gets an inlet pass to Sydney Perry. She can't get it to fall. And a foul called on Sydney Perry.
Starting to get away from Moorpark here a little bit.
That's her 4th for Sydney Perry, and the 9th team foul. 1-1 coming to Miriam Zabinski.
So Cuesta essentially getting their best free throw shooters to the line, Rodriguez and Zabinski, late in the game. And with
Zabinski makes the first.
Moorpark needs to score quick, and they don't look like a quick scoring team. They're a good passing team, but it takes 3 or 4 passes, runs the clock down a little bit, so that plays into Cuesta's hands.
Zabinski makes them both.
Yeah, we're hitting our free throws. You're absolutely right.
Cuesta, 4 straight points from the free throw line.
Exactly. They need
Sidney Perry drives the lane, can't get it to fall. Brenna Abraham comes up with the rebound. Kaylee Williams misdirects it. Riley Abraham can't hang on to it, but Kaylee Williams is going to get called for the foul, knocking the ball out of the hands of Abraham. And for Kaylee Williams, that's her 3rd and the 6th team foul. So no more fouls to give up for the Cougars.
And Cuesta will be in the double bonus, right?
Next foul puts the Raiders into the bonus. Possession arrow favors the Raiders right now.
They're doing a good job, though, denying the ball, making Moorpark work. Lots of passes, running time off the clock. They'd like to score a lot quicker.
Ontiveros with a 3. And that's an over the back on Jerica Crosby.
No, it's not.
Oh, no. Riley Abraham. And that's her 3rd and the 10th team foul.
We're shooting 2.
2 shots now.
Looked like
for the Cougars.
Riley Abraham had the inside track there and got bumped, but maybe she shoved her way into that little spot. We don't know. The referee's right there, made the call.
So Crosby rattles that one home.
That's 5 for 5 now.
5 for 5. Cuesta hitting their free throws when you need them. And how about that? Cuesta, a 14-point lead now.
Right. 5 minutes left. They're up by 2, I believe.
And as I believe shot clock operator George Brett would say, the clock is your friend.
That's right.
That's going to be a foul on Priscilla Kluwitz.
Okay.
That's her 4th.
Right. Now they're 1-1. Maybe we might see a foul fest here by Moorpark.
We'll see.
That would appear to be their only chance to bring the game to a screeching halt and try to win it at the free throw
Priscilla
line.
Kluwitz picks up her 4th foul, and just for playing, she gets the seat on the bench.
Yes.
Morgan Leapshire comes on. Of course, they've been doing that all this second half, just substituting back and forth. And there's Riley Abraham with her 4th foul.
She had 1 to start the second half, so.
So Morgan Leapshire will have 2 free throws coming up after this timeout called by Ron Barba. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Well, in a game the Cougars desperately needed to win, they're doing what they can in this second half to make that happen. A minute 50 left, and they lead 64-50.
They had a little lull at the beginning of the second half, and they had another lull toward the last third of the game, but then they composed themselves, really got to the line here in the last 5 minutes or so of the game. But and I expect more. I mean, Moorpark has no choice but to foul. Anyway, this will open things up. If Cuesta holds on, we're going to have all kinds of possibilities. Depending on what happens elsewhere in the state this weekend.
Leapshire knocks down the free throw. One more coming.
Hopeful we'll grab a high enough seed to host a home game here.
Misses the second. I think they missed. There it is. It's a 15-point lead.
Is that the biggest of the game, too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Ontiveros knocks it down, and Riley Abraham kicks it out of bounds. Checking in for Cuesta, Danielle Simpson. Morgan Leapshire checks out. And Elia Hughes checking in for Moorpark, along with Jackie Valenzuela.
And
Riley Abraham.
Out. What a great
they're
player,
taking their big hitters out, Abraham and Ontiveros.
What a great player.
So Randy McCarthy is throwing in the towel. Raised the white flag. And Elia Hughes just checks in. She picks up her 3rd foul.
And Remy's reward for this game is in 20 minutes or so, he'll be taking the court again with the men's team.
He'll be right back
He's probably the only double dipper or double coach in the state, I would imagine.
I guess. And Katie Rodriguez knocks down her first free throw attempt. Gamber checking in.
Abrams
Kaylee
is
Williams
back in.
checking out. And Riley Abraham back into the ball game. Yeah, you'd have time for, maybe a Rolaids, an Alka-Seltzer or something, and get back out and help and get on the coaching line again. And this ball's out of bounds to Moorpark.
Yeah, we don't have a bar on this campus, or if that was me, I'd probably be in having a quick elixir to
There you go.
pick up my spirits.
And Dobner can't get it to fall, and Riley Abraham can't get the rebound. So Cuesta with the ball. Simpson gives it up to Crosby, and she is fouled and won. Great pass by Danielle Simpson. And the foul is on Brenna Abraham. That's her second.
Well, this has turned into a very convincing victory for the Cougars.
A big win.
Playing well. Good momentum going in.
Crosby keeps the good free throw mojo going. Boy, Cuesta's really hit their free throws down the stretch.
7 or 8. 7 for 7, 8 for 8, somewhere in there.
Ontiveros, guarded closely by Rodriguez. These three sophomores going out winners tonight for Cuesta as Dobner's shot can't fall. Abraham comes up with a rebound. She is fouled by Crosby and gives a little shove to Jerica Crosby as she walks up toward the free throw line.
Just kind of a friendly thanks for the game tonight, yeah. You can see that she's a bit on the tired side, and they worked her over pretty good.
Yeah, they have.
They made her work.
And Abraham gets the shot to drop. The foul is on Ashley Gamber, her second.
I guess Abraham's in the neighborhood of 24 to 26 points. Probably 10, 12 rebounds.
Yeah.
Moorpark is not going to foul. The coach has told them to back off.
Moorpark just didn't get the contributions from some of the other players. Like Ontiveros, she hit a couple of big threes, but beyond that.
Yeah, they had a few moments, but not enough. Certainly tonight, Cougars.
And Katie Rodriguez can't get the shot to fall. Ontiveros bringing the ball into the front court. Long three, no good. And Katie Rodriguez with the ball.
They can run the clock out.
Don't even need to shoot, but Gamber gets it. Back up top to Rodriguez. Throw it over to Zabinski. What an effort tonight by Cuesta.
Yeah, they
withstood a couple of stiff runs here by Moorpark. And the ball rolls out of bounds. Cuesta will inbound the ball.
Moorpark would like to leave the court immediately, if not sooner, but they still have another 7 seconds. Abraham leaving.
And Zabinski will dribble the ball up and hand it to the official. Cuesta wins much needed game 69-52. And that's the final home game. The Cougars improved to 22-7 overall and 6-6 in Western State Division.
Should put us in good shape.
If they're positioned okay. Now they just need maybe a little bit of help.
If we get all the help we need, we'll be the number 2 seed out of this conference. And by the way, this is a heck of a conference. This conference is loaded with
Ventura on hand.
Well, Ventura's good, and Hancock. Everybody is much stronger this year, and Canyons is an excellent team too.
Yes, they are.
So, anyway, good start. We got next game beginning in about 20 minutes.
A great start for Cuesta. They jumped out to a quick lead, but withstood in the second half a couple of runs on the part of Moorpark. But Cuesta hung in there, and 69-52 our final score. And the Cuesta women are looking pretty good, 6-6 and 22-7. They got a great overall record.
They do. They played some pretty darn good opponents.
Yes.
They didn't play a light schedule. They have a good RPI. They actually have a better RPI than the men do, even though the men are sitting in first place. And with a win tonight would get the number 1 seed.
Well, Jim, we're going to wrap up this broadcast, and we're going to make way for Randy and the men's basketball game coming up here in a few minutes with Cuesta and Moorpark. You're just like
Pleasure.
the coach, Jim.
Okay,
You're going to be
thank you, Mike.
sitting in and
Oh, yeah.
calling the game with Randy.
Just thanks
for Jim
for warming
Battersby,
me up.
I'm Mike Moreno. Our final score, 69-52. Cuesta Cougars are victorious. Thanks for watching tonight's basketball game. Good night.
Good night.